Hello everyone, welcome to another video with me working on, I guess it's a new slash old similar car. So I'm working on this Audi A4, which is in for a Symphony kit. Now, I've worked on the A5 before, which is a coupe, and boy oh boy, oh, my back feels better just thinking about not having to work on that car, because those back door cards are horrible to take in and out. But on this car, don't have to deal with that because it has rear doors, which is good. Ooh. There we go. Got it open. I'm going to be working on this car. I'm going to strip it all apart and put the Symphony kit in. I'll show you all bit by bit what I do with the car and all how to remove all the pieces like the door cards, center console, etc. Some of it I've already touched on the A5, so it should be fairly similar to that. But without further ado, I'm going to start stripping the car apart and I'll catch up with you all shortly, talking about how to do the other side. So I'll do that side first and then I'll show you how to do this side. So catch you all over here. To remove the door cards, fairly easy job. Main thing you need is trim removal tools. I like to use both of these and a T20, which you can also put it onto a drawer like I have done here. Pieces we've got to remove. We've got this lower trim piece just over here, which is a bit awkward to get access to, but if you get access to this corner part first, the rest of it you can bit by bit just remove like that. And then up top here, we need to get access to behind this trim piece. And that's basically where everything's going to be. So there's a screw here, one here, one there, and also one just in the middle here. Once you remove those, you'll be able to use this trim piece to pop the door card off. So we'll start off with this one. Now that everything's removed, and work on removing the door card, I like to start in the inside corner. And it is tough on this car. There we go. Remove the door handle. We've got this connector here. And that is the door card off. From that point here, we've got to look at the back of the door card, and we've got these screws that we just need to remove. That's going to allow us to have good access to put the bead strip across here and also drill a hole at the top for the door handle light. And I'll show you what I'm doing with the door storage lights. I've got the other ones just here now. So on this panel here, I've just drilled a hole and glued that into place. Some hot glue. That is how the bottom of this is going to illuminate. You have access to that space just underneath here. There you go. You can feed the wiring through there. So you'd have the door handle and door storage lights there, and then the door strip light going across. For the live and earth, there's a brown wire here and a red and green wire there. For that, the brown is going to be used for the earth and the red and green is going to be used for the live. With all the other stuff we're going to do in the center of the car, that's going to power the footwells and, you know, the main dash light and stuff like that. So it's actually going pretty well so far. The other two doors are basically back on. I haven't snipped this piece off just yet. What I'm going to do is after I've tested everything, that's going to be one of the final touches, and obviously putting the door storage connected up with the other piece, and then, you know, making sure everything's bolted back on. I've held off on bolting everything back on because I always like to do all the testing before I put everything back together. So up next is going to be just doing this door. The rear door is basically the same situation. You got to remove that, remove this, and there's a screw just here. So I'm going to do the same process with the rear doors as well. So I'm going to get this door done and I'll show you all what's been done. So as you guys can see here, just removing these screws, and that gives access to removing this. I'm just going to show you what I've done here. So you can see the strip for the LED bead there. That is the door handle glued in, and just in this hole here I fed through the door storage light, which, as you guys know, will be connected to this just over there. That's what I've done for the rear doors. The front doors are actually easier because that gap here is a lot bigger, so you can just place it in. But right, that's the doors basically done. Again, I'll show you the T connectors that I've used just over here. That's what's going to be powering each of the doors. So here's where I'm at with the dashboard now. So I've just removed that trim piece and this one here. Literally just prise them off and they'll come out, which is nice and simple, I guess. Up next is going to be removing this trim here and all of this down here, and kind of getting access behind all of this section as well. So I'm probably just gonna spend some time with the trim removal again, just bit by bit removing this. So the main thing right now that I'm trying to do is get access to put a bead all the way across here. I should have an extra long one, so I'm gonna go grab that and just make sure I can go all the way across. If I can't, we're gonna change styles, but let me see how it looks. So here's what I've done, guys. I've actually had to remove the glove box. It's actually well worth doing because it's one bolt here, 3 across the top and 2 underneath, just here in the corners, and you'll be able to just drop the whole thing down. I've drilled a small hole in that corner and allowed myself space to get this bead strip or power cables through. There's grooves on the sides that you can kind of, if you pull this forward a little, it will allow you to drop the wiring through. So that's what's been done there. I'm gonna get this strip put in now, get the other one put in as well. I've done the same on the other side. I'm also gonna drop in the footwells through those grooves as well, because that way everything's into the size that it needs to be, and all I gotta do is connect up the live and earth, which we'll do next. So without further ado, I'm gonna get that part done next. So this following clip is actually from the install that I did previously on an Audi A5 coupe. I'm just reusing that footage because at the end of the day it's the same information, but instead of making you guys try to find it in another video, you got it here. Now this part I am a little bit nervous with. Luckily the owner has said that there's a couple of scratches already on it, which I guess makes my life a little bit less stressful. They've already kind of indicated that it's going to be getting replaced, but removing this item is going to be hard work because taking that part off is fairly easy, and hopefully maybe I can just, oh thank God. Whew. Huh? Oh, I think I pressed something and it caused the car to come to life a little bit. But man, you know what, removing that when the car is an automatic, it's a lot harder. So at least that was a little bit easier of a job doing it, being that it is a manual. You can just remove the other piece. Now how on earth am I supposed to see the clip for this? I don't know. No, car, I don't want you on. Right, well, that can kind of stay on, I guess. Don't really want any of this turning on, but I can't control that. I think, if I remember correctly, actually now, I do actually have to remove this panel because it's not as easy to get out the bottom piece whilst this is in place. And why on earth are these clips so tight? My gosh. Okay, that's a lot easier. Okay, right, so we'll just move that out. Okay, that's that panel all off, and I haven't touched this at all, which is actually really nice and comforting. Okay, so through here we have the cigarette lighter, so just need to take off these 8mm bolts and we'll be able to get access to that. So with the 8mm, gosh. There we go. Lovely. Right, now if I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, this pulls off. It's the connector here. So with that moved, I can move it somewhere. With that now moved, move it somewhere safe. Then just disconnect that. That's removed, and in fact I'll probably tap into the wiring over here. It's a little bit easier, and if anything was to ever need to be replaced, removing it from here and not from over here, which would be a lot bigger of a job. But now that that's done as well, I can look at routing around the footwell lights, and then we'll pretty much have everything installed that we need. So let's put these guys somewhere safe. So I'm using this snapshot here right now because on the fiber optic kit that I did before, we went about using the ignition live differently than what we're going to do here. We used the red as the main live for the main module inside, and the brown as the earth point for the actual ambient lighting module. That way we'll be able to turn everything on and off with the ignition. And that's a wrap, everyone. The car is done. A couple of things that I've done differently with this car than previously. I know with the A5 that I've done, I didn't do a strip along here, but you literally can't even see that's there. Here is how the doors look. You can literally not see anything at all. The rear doors, you can see how the door storage lights there, and we've got the door handle lights done. This looks amazing. Right, I'm gonna grab the keys. Oh, this was actually quite challenging, guys, so I'll go through some of the information about it once I turn it all on, so you'll be able to see. That just looks so cool. I've had it set to blue as well right now, so it'll look nice. Let's close that. You can see how the blue just looks so nice and clean all the way around, all the way across. So we've got the door storage lights, just nicely illuminating the whole cubby area there. That just looks so crisp. Here we've got the door handle light done. This is a really nice setup. So with this part going across the dash, now I can basically supply extra long beads strips so that this can be done. The longest one normally only comes up to about here, so you need a longer one to come all the way down to this bottom edge, but it just looks so clean. This is how bright this looks with all the lights on. Now if I turn most of it off right now, it's come out so well, way better than I even expected it to. Right, if I just load up the app, so let's just open up this door. Right, I've got the app here, control the colors. So this is for everything to be controlled at the same time, or we can just change the strip lights. So as you can see, they're all just pink or purple, and the footwells are blue, or you know, we can make them green, and it's just such a striking color. And you know what's great about this car is because it's got that cockpit kind of view, it just looks so much more striking. Only in the driver's seat, any other seat, it doesn't look anywhere near as, the dashboard does not have the same effect. So it's super cool how that's come out like that. I'm so happy. Right, I'm gonna get some fancy shots and then we'll catch up after that. style. The great thing you can do here is, you can lower the brightness, increase it, or for example if you want to keep the strips off, turn the strips all off and you just got the door handle and footwell lights. Turn everything back on. So everyone, I didn't actually film an ending to this video, and it has actually been a while since I did this install on the Audi A4. It's still one of the best kits available for this car, so I'll leave a link for everything in the description down below if you want to take this challenge on yourself. If you are looking to get someone like me doing it, then please hit me up on Instagram. More than happy to look into setting a date up, etc, and getting you booked in. There will be a website out soon, so keep an eye out for that. I will update the description box once that is up and running, and it will hopefully make getting booked in a lot easier in the future. But for now everyone, I just want to say thank you all for watching. I hope you all do enjoy all the other car content that I do, including my car builds and all the other stuff. So yeah, please do make sure to subscribe to the channel, continue showing your support, and I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.